When you daven Shemona Esrai, as well as when you say Kedusha, your feet should be together. You should stand with your feet, with your shoes together, as though they were one, as though you were standing on one leg. Of course, de facto, again, if you didn't manage to keep your feet together, you've davened nevertheless. And even if you daven sitting down, as we said before, it's important that during Shemona Esrei you keep your feet together. And as much as possible, if you're davening sitting down, you should not lean back, not lie. So if you're on one of those really comfortable chairs on the airplane, the back should be straight up, and you should lean forward. You shouldn't be supported by the chair when you daven. Similarly, when you daven Shemona Esrei regularly, right, you shouldn't lean on the stender in front of you, on a table that's in front of you, etc. And this is important. I mean, sort of the respectful way to daven is to stand on your own and not to daven leaning against a table or a stender. And even if you're leaning only a little bit, so that if they took away the table, you'd still be standing, you wouldn't fall over, that's also something we should be watchful about. Even though it's true that b'di'evet, de facto, in any of these cases, if you've said Shemona Esrei, you are Yotze. Of course, someone who is sick, or an old person who can't daven and it's physically impossible to daven in the way I've just described, can daven sitting down. And even a person can't daven sitting, he has to lie, so he can daven, lying down. And if possible, sometimes people can sit and stand. They could stand a little bit. They should stand for the bowing in the Shemona Esrei if they possibly can. And even if, let's say a person is weak and sick, but he can still daven standing if he leans on something or holds on to something, then he should do that. He should try to daven in a way that is as regular as possible in this situation in which he finds himself. This is a very common thing. People in hospitals find themselves suddenly immobilized. They can't move, they can't go anywhere. So the guidelines are try to approximate regular davening. If not, many of these external matters are not so important. B'di'evet, de facto, you can daven without standing, with leaning, without holding your feet together, etc.